If you are looking for Ultimate Team coins, I have the place for you. Head on over to easymuckcoin.com where you can purchase coins for as little as $45 a mil. I did not stutter. Link is in the description. Use code GS for 5% off. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Madden 21 video. And today we're going to be a little bit on the informative side because I feel like there could be some misconceptions on zones because we have the ability to have zone drops this year. So I put out a video earlier on today showcasing just how disgusting El Toro is. And it is an absolute must-have, in my opinion, for only 2 AP, for Power Rusher, and Edge Protector does not negate it. It's phenomenal. It's really, really, really good. So in most of the clips, I was running cover 4. I was running cover 4 palms, which is a match defense, and you have technically on the 2 cornerbacks, you have 2 outside quarters, you have 2 like inside thirds up top, and then you have 2 quarter flats on the outside, and then a 3-rec hook zone in the middle with rushing 4. So last year, what they did to stop a lot of abilities is they went ahead and put a minimum or maximum or just like a little threshold of yardage. Like, for example, last year, it did not matter how far the route was on post-flag elite. As long as it was a post route or a corner route, he was going to hold on to the ball every single time. It didn't matter if the post was 5 yards, 10 yards, 15 yards, 20 yards. It didn't matter if he route bounced all the way downfield. As long as he started on that route, he was going to hold on to the ball. Last year, one of the most OP setups was Playmaker and Slot-O-Matic. Slot-O-Matic allowed you to hold on to the ball every single time as long as you was lined up in a slot. And my go-to was have someone in the slot, and I would reroute them straight over the middle of the field. And I knew because of Slot-O-Matic, because he started in the slot, I could hold X, rack it right in front of an enforcer, and hold on to it 100% of the time because of the ability. This year, if you take a look at Slot-O-Matic, it's only active for 10 yards or less. Meaning, if I did that exact same playmaker this year, if I playmaker the slant over the middle of the field, and I try to rack it, and I get clobbered, and the route is about 15, 20 yards, he's not going to hold on to it. They went ahead and made sure that they put a maximum on these abilities. That way you can't do what I was doing last year, which was have a Slot-O-Matic reroute slant over the middle 40 yards, and he's going to hold on to it. So, like, again, let's take a look at Slot-O-Matic. Better cuts and catching on short slot routes, right? So short yardage is anything 10 yards or less. So if I throw anything within 10 yards, he's going to hold on to it every single time. The ability is going to light up. He's going to hold on to it. But if he route bounces, or if I have a, let's say it's 2nd and 15, and I do a smart in route, and that in route is now 15 yards, even though he's in the slot, he will not hold on to the ball every single time. He will drop because he surpassed the short yardage that is required for you to have the Slot-O-Matic ability. Now, this year, they did the same with zones. Zones have different drops, and I think a lot of people believe that as long as you're in a cloud flat, that if you put flat elite out there, that it's guaranteed to work, and that's not the case. That's not how it works this year. And we're going to go on ahead and show you some clips to back up what I'm saying, and we're going to look at the description of the ability so you guys can get a better understanding on why you want to go on ahead and be careful with your zone drops. So just to be clear, I have mid-zone everywhere, right? I have mid-zone on my both outside corners. I have mid-zone on all. Now, of course, it's me running cover 4 match. I have mid-zone on both my safeties, which is Isaiah Simmons and Darius Slay, who's in my specialist package, who gets mid-zone for 1. I have mid-zone on Sam Mills. I have mid-zone on Adrian Wilson. So literally all 7 players in coverage all have mid-zone. Now, there's a reason for that because mid-zone is the actual ability that is glitched compared to the others. So let's take a look at the actual abilities. And first, I'm gonna put up the response. Well, me responding, but not the response, but the comment that started all this. So on your screen, you should see here, my man Charles Rose, or I appreciate you checking out the content, leaving a comment. Says if you play cover 3, comma or cover 4, you need deep out zone KO on the outside CBs, because in this video of me talking about how deadly El Toro is, I'm in cover 4, and he notices that I have mid zone on my outside guys, and he's like, they're in outside quarters. You'd want to have deep KO on those, deep outside KO on those. And then he says, if you play a lot of cover 2, you need flat zone KO on your outside CBs. If you play a lot of both, you need both. So he's saying, you know, if you want to mix up between cover 4 or cover 2, that I should have both deep KO and flat zone KO on my outside corner. That way, whenever I put him in a flat, he's going to be responsive, and whenever he's in a outside quarter, he's more responsive. Mid-zone KOs for safeties that play buzz coverage, slot corners, and cover 2, and LBs. Whatever zones your players play in, put the exact KO as their ability, which technically should be the case, but this is Madden. This game is, you know, it's different. So it's not how it works though. What he is saying is how the game intended is supposed to work, but it doesn't work like that, and I'm going to tell you why. So we're going to go to the superstar abilities, and we're going to go over exactly what it is they do. So let's start off with mid-zone KO, right? Let's go straight to the Buccaneers because they have Levante David, who has mid-zone KO. Let's take a look at the description. Defenders with this ability force more catch knockouts and react quicker in any midfield zone coverage less than 20 yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers and 10 to 20 yards outside the numbers. Meaning, if you have this ability on any zone, it doesn't matter as long as it's within the yardage requirements. So if it's less than 20 yards from the line of scrimmage inside the numbers, this right here, mid-zone KO, is going to be, you're going to get the knockout and you're going to get the quicker reactions. Outside the numbers is 10 to 20 yards, right? So pretty much you get a 20-yard radius of mid-zone KO, and mid-zone KO is glitchy because it works for every route. I mean, every zone, no matter what it is, as long as it's within the radius of the yardage, right? That's what makes mid-zone so glitchy. That's why mid-zone is by far the best one, because you react. It doesn't matter what your coverage is. You're going to light up and you're going to react, right? So let's go on ahead and let's go to the 49ers, because we're going to take a look at Sherman, who has both flat zone and deep KO. So let's take a look at what it says for flat zone KO. Defenders with this ability force more catch knockouts and react quicker in any flat zone coverage less than 10 yards from the line of scrimmage and outside the hash marks. Meaning, if you have flat zone KO and you set your flats to 15, he is not going to light up and react on a crossing route 20 yards and you're about 5 yards underneath it. It's not going to work. You surpass the maximum yardage for this ability to work. This ability will only work if it's 10 yards or less from the line of scrimmage, and it has to be on the outside hash marks. Meaning if they throw an in route and he goes inside the numbers, this will not light up and react. And if it's above 10 yards, even if it's towards the outside, it will not react. There is a yard maximum that allows this ability to react, and it's 10 yards or less. But if you have mid-zone KO on your hard flat and you set your flats to 15, it will light up and he will react quicker. That's why mid-zone KO is the best, because it reacts no matter the zone. It's glitched out. So let's take a look at the deep KO. This is what he's saying I should have instead of mid-zone. Defenders with this ability will force more catch knockouts and react quicker in deep zone coverages 20-plus yards from the line of scrimmage and outside the hash marks. Meaning, it has to be 20-plus yards and it has to be outside the hash marks. So if I have this ability and they match man coverage and they throw the ball 20 yards and is inside the hash marks, it will not light up. Because deep out zone KO will only work 20 plus yards from the line of scrimmage and outside the hash marks. Also, if they match up and they throw a post route and my outside deep KO matches and it's a 15-yard post route, this will not light up because it's not 20 plus yards. It has to be 20 plus yards in order for it to work, which is why I don't do this. I go mid-zone instead because mid-zone works anywhere from 10. You guys looked at the description earlier and it lights up. So let's go on ahead and let's show some clips backing my theory up. So right here, this is just against the computer. They're in a Hail Mary situation. I have mid-zone KO everywhere on my outside guys, right? So you take a look, and we're in cover 4 match, and we have mid-zone KOs on absolutely everybody, all 7 players in coverage, right? Let's just take a look real quick. Look at the right side of the field. We have an outside quarter who Charlie is suggesting has to be in an outside deep KO because that's the zone he's in. We have a quarter flat. We have a inside third to the left up top safety, and we have a 3-rec hook, another quarter flat, deep outside quarter on the far left, and my user is supposed to be on the inside quarter as well. So 2 inside quarters with match principle. So, but again, we have mid-zone on them, not deep KO. So let's go on ahead. He's just going to throw a Hail Mary real quick, and notice everyone on that side lights up. Look at Night Train Lane light up, even though he does not have deep KO active. He lights up because mid-zone KO is glitched. It works no matter the zone, and it's the only one that works no matter the zone. It doesn't matter if he's in a flat. It doesn't matter if he's in a hard flat, a cloud flat. It doesn't matter if he's in an inside quarter, an outside quarter. It doesn't matter if he's in a hook zone, a 3-rec, a vert hook, a purple or curl flat. It does not matter. This is why mid-zone KO is used by everybody, because it's how. First of all, let's take a look at the line though. Look at El Toro lighting up though. Look at the new Clowny, which we did get, by the way. Look at the new Clowny lighting up right there, about to go on ahead and create havoc. You see El Toro on the left. He got the spin shed over there. And my man Clowny right there was about to put in havoc right there on the right. But again, notice everyone lights up on the right with mid-zone KO. This same throw right here is about, it's about 20 yards or so outside the hash mark. So if I had outside KO, Night Train Lane would be able to react and knock out this exact same play. This exact same play outside deep KO would work the same as mid-zone here. They're both going to react quicker. But here's another example where deep KO would not have worked, but mid-zone does. See, we keep the receipts here. And, I'm trying to make you guys better and understand the game. That's how we roll. So you take a look here. This is actually against the human here. And we're in the same defense. We're in cover 4 match quarters here, right? We have mid-zone everywhere. This is like a cover 9, I believe. So you take a look. We have a cloud flat on the right who has mid-zone KO. He does not have flat zone KO, but he has mid-zone KO. And he's still going to be able to react to anything thrown towards his side. And again, if you do call cover 2, a 10-yard flat, probably 10 or less, isn't really going to stop anything, really, because most people abuse the sidelines with the glitch corner routes, post, crossers. That's probably why you see a lot of people set their zone drops to about 20, because anything from about 10 to 15 yards, they don't really play those deep crossers, where 20, 25 yards does a pretty good job of being able to stop that, which is why you see a lot of people have mid-zone KO with their zone drop set to 20. But right here is exactly what I'm talking about, where an outside quarter would not play this route how mid-zone does. So the outside quarter on the far left, again, a match concept, he is going to actually bag this route tech speed out on the left. So take a look on the far left right here. We have Antonio Cromartie. He's going to run a speed out. Now let's just play it live, and then we'll break it down for you. So right there, absolutely bagged. Right now, let's talk about why it got bagged. So again, he's in the match principle right here. So right here, he lights up. You see he has route tech. He lights up on the cut. He gets ready to throw the ball. My guy matches against him. And notice that this right here is about a 15-yard route. Deep KO would not light up on this because it is not 20 yards. But mid-zone is anything from about 20 yards or less. So mid-zone KO actually lights up, right? You take a look at my guy. You see my guy behind him. See my star lights up right behind him. The awareness kicks in. He's going to go on ahead and get the mid-zone boost of reaction, and he's going to jump it. And he should have been a pick right there. But, you know, I guess I need pick artists on my guy. Should have been a pick. But he absolutely jumps it. Outside deep KO does not make this play because it is where it's supposed to be. It's outside of the hashes, but it's not 20 yards or deep. It's 15 yards, and that's why I have mid-zone KO instead of deep KO, because if they match and they throw anywhere 20 yards or less, mid-zone KO is going to light up an absolute bag. So you have to keep in mind that although he's technically right, all right, for that zone, mid-zone should not work on that. It's an outside quarter in the match concept. Mid-zone should have nothing to do with that whatsoever. But technically, because he's in a zone and it's thrown in a air quotes mid-zone area, he's going to go on ahead and light up. You see right here, he lights up. He absolutely jumps the living bejesus out of it, and unfortunately, he just drops the pick. But again, outside KO does not react to that, but mid-zone KO does. Zone drops will negate some of your abilities. Again, if you're running cover 2 and you put your flats at 15, flat zone KO is just not going to do anything. You know, when they throw towards you and he's not lighting up, you're wondering why. It's because flat zone KO is for 10 yards or less. It doesn't matter that he's in a flat zone. There's yard restrictions that prevent abilities from working. And that is why we have mid-zone everywhere.